Good morning, everyone. Dzień dobry. I was planning on making another drawing slash story video for you today. But then I also got the inspiration to just make just a message video for you because of everything that is happening right now, like really close to us, to Poland, and it's even close to everyone because it's happening on this planet, and that's what blows my mind, that it in these times that it's still something like this can happen. Yeah, so it's close to all humans on this planet, and yeah, we have to be strong, and most of all, we must not forget who we are, because it's really easy to get caught up in everything that is happening and in the hatred, and I, of course, I understand those feelings, but feelings like that closes our hearts, and I think only an open heart can win this war. So if most of us keep our hearts open, then I believe that it will cause like this madness to end. Because I have a friend in Ukraine as well, and she has 3 kids and a husband. So and they live somewhere in the countryside, but of course they are also like really scared. So I was messaging with her yesterday, and she didn't know how to escape. Like, imagine that you feel like that you have to escape your home and your country. So I was telling her about that the whole of Krakow and the whole of Poland is behind them, and that if they could just make it to the border, then there's a lot of help waiting for them, a lot of love waiting for them. And I was telling her that if I had my own apartment here already, then they could easily come and stay with me, like just as long as they need it. So that makes me want to have my own apartment even more, so I can share it with the people. Um, yeah, so I helped her with coming in contact with people who can help her here in Poland, who are offering to host families as well. So I did that, and then I got a little bit caught up in all the negative feelings. And yesterday was such a beautiful day in Krakow. It was like really sunny. So I decided to take a walk as well. So I took a walk to the castle, and then to the Wiswa, of course. And there was like an empty bench. Like all the benches were like there were all people. There was one, and there was no one. So I walked there, and I sat down, and I literally sat on that bench for 3 hours. I had my notebook, of course. I always have my notebook, and I started writing about everything that I appreciate, and everything that is beautiful on this planet, and everything that is like going well, and just my love and everything like that always makes me feel better. So that was what I was doing, and then I was just sitting there, like soaking in the warmth of the sun, the fresh air, the blue sky, the beautiful place around me, like the castle, the river, the fact that I am in Krakow and that I feel at home here, and everything that makes me feel loved and makes me feel like wonderful that came into my mind, like a movie. So also your amazing messages that like touches my heart every time I read them, and just everything, all the wonderful people in my life, and so I felt so good at that moment. And I was sending all my love to Ukraine, because all Everything that I felt that moment, I just sent out to all the people that are in fear right now. Um, yeah, and so my friend told me that that helps her a lot personally. So I hope it helps a lot of other people as well. And then I was just sitting, and then a Polish woman asked me if the place besides me was free. So I said, tak, proszę, and she sat down. And then first we both just sat and were soaking it in. And then I think it was her daughter, but please, if you're watching, because I know you will watch my videos, tell me if I'm wrong. But I thought you were mom and daughter, please let me know. Um, and then, and their dog. And then the woman started talking to me in Polish, and I knew what she was saying, but I'm not confident enough to. Um, but I don't know how to say everything that I have in my mind yet to say in Polish. So I I told her that I only speak a bit of Polish and that I'm learning. And then they spoke the best English I've heard so far here in Poland, and I was so happy that I could have like a real like conversation with a Polish family. Like it was such an easy, flowing, and loving and um, effortless conversation. And it was that conversation you have, and then it's like a familiar kind of feeling that you have a feeling that you know the people already. So we were talking and we were talking, we were talking. I think for almost an hour, and then I was like, oh, I don't even know your names, because I felt so familiar with them. I I didn't have the feeling that I didn't know them. But then, of course, I asked their names, and the woman is called uh, Grażyna, and then there is Monica, and the dog is called Bahut. So if you're watching, please send me a message, because I cannot wait to meet you again and to have another beautiful conversation. Because um, yeah, you already feel like friends to me. It's like a really special feeling. I cannot describe how that goes, and it's just like it all happened because I sat down on that bench, and you came there to your favorite place as well, and then you started talking to me, and it really means a lot to me. Ugh, I'm such an emotional person. Oh god, there we go again. But yeah, so yeah, please send me a message, because I really want to get to know you better. It would be so nice to just walk sometimes together, or sit on the bench and have a conversation and just talk. Uh, yeah, so I wanted to share this with you, because when we focus on the negative things that are happening in like an angry way, or in a like a too much of a sad way, it gets you tired, because your body responds to those negative emotions with the fight and flight response. So your body really sucks up all the energy, and you will get really tired, and maybe even really stressful. And it closes your heart, because yeah, in science they are already like showing it, that it really closes your heart, and that you cannot feel the emotions like love and appreciation anymore in that moment, that you feel angry and hate. uh, and so you don't have access to all the beautiful things in life, and you don't have access to the love for the people around you. And I think that it's important that we keep our hearts open. That is our strength and that is who we are. And I think that will result in winning this, because it's not about Ukraine winning. It's about the whole planet knowing that this is like a turning point, and that it will be a turning point in history when we look back. And I hope we will look back with those proud feelings that we finally realized that it's love who we are, and that we can live in peace and with all our differences, and just yeah, share everything just like in a normal way, in a loving way. And yeah, so that's my thoughts for today, and I will still make the drawing video for you. And it will mean a lot to me if you share also videos like that with people you know, and or maybe on your social medias or stuff, because it really it really touches my heart when you call me like an artist and stuff like that, because I feel I'm an artist. I've been an artist for my whole life, as a kid already, but I never felt worthy enough of sharing it. But now I know I am, and it really means a lot that you're telling me that. So, yeah, I just want to share this with the whole world. Yeah, so I'm going to create now, because my heart obviously is wide open right now, and then that is when then my drawings are like effortless and full of love. So let's get my paper and my pen. Thank you for listening and for watching, and I really love you all and sending you all my love and hugs. Have a really nice day, and don't forget to keep your heart open.